Hi, welcome to the Psychic Holistic Spotlight. I'm your host, Sherry Kachanis, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Josie Way and Bill Hannon. Today, our guest is Terry Wildermann. Terry, welcome back.
It's so exciting to be here.
I'm so glad to have you. So with the holidays approaching,
Yes.
one of the things we were discussing was talking about intuition and stress and all the things that come along with the holidays.
Oh, yes. You know, the holidays tend to sometimes bring out the worst in us. We've got family over here, we've got friends over here, we've got this person over here. Listen to the words, we've got. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta. And on a day-to-day basis, we tend to have a lot of gottas anyway. Bring in the holidays, and zapping that stress is just imperative. We really would do ourselves well to control our stress levels. And one of my favorite workshops that I do at this time of year is called, ready for this? Stop Your Tinsel from Tangling and Enjoy the Holidays. And the thing about stopping your tinsel from tangling is, and you can imagine that knot and allowing that knot to become free, it's about getting rid of the gottas. It's about shifting perception. In the last show, we talked about your perception creates your words create your thoughts create your vibes create your results. So if we use that same mathematical equation to help us reduce our stress levels and intend that everything is going to fall into place, we begin to reduce our stress levels just because we choose to step away from stress. We choose to be in control and to allow ourselves to have fun. So often people will say to me around the holidays, I can't stand the shopping. Okay, you can't stand the shopping. So what about the shopping don't you like? And this is an appropriate use of the word don't. Last time we talked about don't, not no. What about it don't you like? I don't like the crowds. I don't like not knowing what to buy. I don't like this. I don't like that. So let's start with the crowd. So instead of, what is the opposite? Direct opposite of I don't look like the crowds. Shop during a time when you know that the crowds are going to be very thin. The stores are open until 11 and 12 o'clock at night now. Or shop online.
Online.
So there's various ways to get past the crowd situation.
Or catalogs.
Okay, so there are lots of ways to find solutions, to find possibilities to those things that you really would rather stay away from during the holidays. What was the second thing I talked about? The first one was the...
the crowds, and
then what was the second piece I talked about?
Don't know what to buy.
Don't know what to buy. Okay, so I don't know what to buy. In our family, what we do is we have all the kids write lists. And hey, if the list isn't in here by this date, you get what you get.
Right.
Get the list to us. And we do work with the list, which allow us then to get clear on what it is we want the kids would like to have for Christmas. So, or Hanukkah, or whatever the holiday season, whatever it is that they want.
My way of dealing with that is getting them a small personal present and then giving them some, money so they can buy those things that they really want. Put it together with a couple of other gifts.
That sounds like a great choice, great idea. Super idea. Now, can I share with you how to control the stress levels?
I would love that.
Okay. One of the things that happens, or the main thing that happens to the body when we get stressed is we hold our breath. We don't breathe. So when we get stressed, our body gets tense. The more tense we get, the stiffer you get. The stiffer you get, the more tense you get. The more tense you get, your body starts to hurt. The more your body starts to hurt, the more you start focusing on how much your aches and pains hurt. And it
Then you hurt more.
And you hurt more. So, the technique I'm going to teach you is a very simple process. And usually I have bubbles with me that I use to practice this, but I don't have the bubbles with me today. So the first step is to put your hand over your heart. This is an air magnet, okay? And when you put your hand over your heart, imagine air going in and out of your heart. Breathe in and out of your heart. Become aware of this middle part of your body. Shift all of your awareness into your chest area and breathe in and out of the heart. Now what this is doing is it's oxygenating the blood. You're bringing oxygen in, and when you breathe out through your hand. So you're breathing in through your hand, out through your hand, in through your hand, and out through your hand. So you're bringing the oxygen in, and you're breathing out carbon dioxide. Now, think of something that makes you feel really, really good. Whether you're with a child, a spouse, walking on the beach, whatever it is you want to do, ooh, you found the perfect gift. Feel that. Imagine yourself there. Own it. Hear it. Taste it. Sense it. Feel it. Feel yourself wrapping the gift if it's a gift. Feel yourself walking the sand. If you're on the beach, sand between your toes. Really be there, owning that. Ooh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Now let go. How do you feel?
I'm wondering where my pina colada is.
Okay. That took what, 60 seconds?
Yeah, if that. Right.
Okay. Can we give ourselves 60 seconds permission to do this every hour on 60 seconds? You know, my computer goes off every 60 seconds. And it says the time. The time is 1 o'clock. And that's my cue to breathe in, do exactly this little exercise that we did. And what that does is it immediately, boom, it brings everything down.
It's like you're physically, consciously going to center each time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. And if you're an athlete, have you ever been in the zone? Have you ever been in the zone? That is what this is. Because you are merging the brain in the head with the brain in the heart. The heart is brain. You can actually measure the energy field of the heart organ 6 to 10 feet away from the body in a 360-degree circumference. So when you're in that heart-centered zone, you are affecting everyone else around you. That's why teachers who are very heart-centered have a very controlled class. Because when the teacher is heart-centered and in control, the kids feel it. So each of us here now, all our energies are going out 6 to 10 feet and we're affecting each other. The brain energy, it's measured at 2 inches.
Oh.
And this is all found on the HeartMath, HeartMath.com or .org. They have 2 sites, heartmath.com or heartmath.org. And I am a certified HeartMath practitioner, so I'm a HeartMath coach. And when I learned the energy of the heart, it changed my life. It helped me reduce my stress levels in such a powerful way. And we actually have biofeedback tools to help.
Oh, that's
When we do
interesting.
this,
Yeah.
that is created by HeartMath. This is an advertisement for HeartMath, but
No.
just to share with you that there are tools out there that will teach you how to get into your body, help you stay there, help you.
It's great in this, day and time, this society, to be able to let people know that a lot of the stuff that we're saying you can manifest is actually measurable.
It is absolutely.
Okay, and it's great. What you just talked about when I met you 10, 12 years ago, and you impressed upon me on how strong the heart was and its relative electrical vibration in relationship to the field of the brain. I found that so eye-opening.
Well, when you shift into your body, you literally are connecting this brain with the heart.
That's
You're in a
right.
coherent place,
That's right.
going up and down. So you are merging the practical, tactical, and logical side of the brain with the emotional, energetic side of the heart. And when you do that, you look at things very differently. Again, from the law of attraction piece, your perception shifts. Your perception shifts, so you go from a negative to a positive perception, which create positive words, which create positive thoughts, which create positive vibes, which creates the results you're actually looking for.
Excellent.
It's very cool.
It is very cool. And how does intuition play into all of this?
Intuition is a major part of it. Intuition is, first of all of us have intuition. It's that internal guidance system. I call it your IGS, internal guidance system that takes us where we want to go. And all of us work with it differently. Some of us are clairaudient. We hear information. Some of us are clairvoyant. We see information. Some of us are claircognizant. We just know information. And some of us are clairsentient, where we feel it in our bodies. I'm at all four.
I'm with you.
I'm right at all four. But I started, for those of you who are like, well, how did you get to all four? I started hearing Archangel Michael in my left ear. I kept hearing voices thinking I was going ballistic. I thought I was going nutso. And my kids were very little, and I really got into angels big time. And I really knew I was onto something when I would get lost. My daughter, who is now 27, so we're talking 4. They were really little, 4 or 5. I got lost, and I remember Brianna saying from the back seat, "Mom, would you please stop and listen to your angels? They always tell you where to go."
Wow.
Yeah, I've had that where I'm at a crossroads, and I don't know the answers, and I've asked which way, and I get a clear right or left.
That's right. So how does intuition merge with what we talked about? And what we're
With
talking
the
about
heart
right
and the
now?
mind and
So intuition, when we shift into our heart, we allow ourselves to tap into our intuitive selves. We allow ourselves to tap into that IGS, our inner guidance system, or our intuitive guidance system, whichever word feels better for you, and allow the answers to bubble up based on our skill, our strength, whether again it's psychic, whether it's clairaudient, whether it's claircognizant or clairsentient. So intuition is very, very deep. How many of us have gone against our intuition and have lived to regret it? You know,
And that's how you learn.
that's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you learn.
And-
And for example, the intuitive piece in looking for my home, I intuitively knew that none of those homes were mine. They were close. So it's really about I'm going to use the word not settling. It's really about not settling. It is about sticking to your guns until you get what you really want. And your intuition will guide you there. If it doesn't feel good, your intuition, you know, this gut place, your intuition is so strong and so powerful. However, as little kids, we're often taught by our parents to ignore it. And that's what often creates problems later on when it comes to money, when it comes to controlling our stress levels, because we do become our parents, when it comes to pleasing other people,
relationship issues.
relationships in general, when it comes to holidays. How do we zap that stress? When we intuitively know that we don't want to do something, and we really, really don't want to do it, what does it take for us to honor that? Let's look for solutions around that. Let's look for solutions to guide us so that we are honoring ourselves and honoring those that are around us. And guess what? If it really doesn't feel good and other people get ticked off, that's their problem, not yours.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm thinking of the holiday, for instance, Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's one person in the family, if it doesn't rotate, that has all the holidays. Well, as they get older, sometimes it's a little too much. Why don't, if they reach out and say, could you bring this and could you bring that, and let's make this a real family Thanksgiving instead of one person doing all the work.
That's a control issue. And the control issue goes two ways. The person who always has the holidays, it's a habit. So folks naturally assume that we're always going to go over here. And the control with that individual is that the person, A, doesn't know how to ask for help, feels that it's weak to ask for help, okay? And it's really up to the rest of us to help that person feel safe.
To do that.
Yeah, they have to feel safe though first before they could do that. And it's about feeling safe that it's okay. We do want to contribute. We know you've done it for so long. Please ask us, please allow us to help you. And it's that person, when that person lets go, then they open the door to allowing other people to come in and help them. But they really need to learn to let go of the control piece. So it is a double-edged sword in letting go of that control piece to allow other people to help you. Sometimes it's just proving to themselves that they can still do it. And what they don't realize, it can actually be insulting to other family members who really want to help and sort of feel like there's this wall, well, we can't help because she's got to do it all. So it goes there's a lot of different family dynamics there.
But some communication would help alleviate most issues, and that's usually the cause of most problems is the lack of communication or the breakdown of communication. Sometimes it's just a question, how is it that I can help you today? Or how is it that I can help you? Ask how, not why or what. Ask how.
How can I help you? And then allow yourself to state how that person can help you. That right there is a huge piece, because we can ask how until the cows come home.
Of course.
If the other person isn't in a receiving mode that we talked about before, receiving help, then they push people away and then they get really stressed out. And what is the purpose of that?
Right, because it's supposed to be a time of family and enjoyment and enjoying each other's company. And when all that tension gets in there, that sort of, people are on edge when they get there. So what's the point? What's the purpose?
That's right.
We have to
The
get back to
holiday
basics.
loses a little something.
It really
It's
does.
about people connections.
That's
it
right.
really is. Well, I am giving the free class. Am I allowed to share about that? Okay. If they go to my website, which is awakenthepossibilities.com, and they put their name and their email in there, they will get an email letting them know when the webinar, it's a webinar, it's free, completely free. We're going to be running it in December, that they can, and I'm hoping to turn it into an evergreen thing, so it'll run continuously over the holidays.
Oh, that's good.
So people will be able to get
What is
that.
that website
And
again?
it's a stress relief.
It's stress relief. It's called Stop Your Tinsel from Tangling and Enjoy the Holidays.
No, the website that you...
The website is www.awakenthepossibilities.com.
Right, because some people may have only caught that. And
Right. I did say it fast. Awakenthepossibilities.com. Sign up for the newsletter, and then I will be able to send them the information.
And it's a nice it's a nice website.
Thank you.
It is. It's excellent.
Thank you. So that way they'll be able to get all this free information on how to zap the stress, shift the chaos, so that they can stop their tinsel from tangling.
Now, we've touched on a little bit about angelic work.
Yes.
And you have a lot of modalities that you work with, that you've incorporated over the years, and I'm sure some kind of cross into other realms of supporting each other. How much of this do you allow the angels to walk through this with you, or do you pretty much just go on your training type of thing?
The angels are with me from beginning to end. My angels are constantly with me, and it's actually evolved now, which is, in the last show we talked about my next book being the Enchanted Boardroom. The Enchanted Boardroom is different for everyone. There's a technique in there called the Spiritual Boardroom, or some people might want to call it the inspiration boardroom. It's different for everyone. My inspiration boardroom is now beyond the angels. I work with the angels, but my specific boardroom includes Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, my own personal guide Lexter, Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, as well as Sandalphon and Metatron. So they're my personal, and then I have all these other folks come in. So I teach the techniques on how to bring your guides in, and how to work with your own spiritual boardroom to assist you specifically with business or whatever it is that you need help with.
Sure. That's interesting, especially that little Metatron. I mean, it's not too many people, especially working with the angelic realm, know of, or even the strength of the connection with the Jewish background. You know, and it's what a great way to pull spirituality between Christianity and Judea.
Yeah, and when on the right side of my boardroom, I have had Nelson Mandela walk in, Ronald Reagan. I've had James Dean was the first one to pop in on that boardroom. I'm looking at this person, going, who are you? I've had some really wild. Oh my gosh, I've had some really fun folks pop in when I do my own spiritual boardrooms, and to be able to work with other folks and have their boardrooms pop up. Oh my gosh, it's brilliant to see how it all works. The flow. So I'm hoping to do a webinar on that also to help people bring their spiritual boardrooms in.
Very interesting. It kind of reminds me of the little labs that we would set up in other types of meditation, you know, for helping people or a lab for health reasons to guide or work on somebody, and you know, you'd have somebody like Madame Curie in there, and you know, all these people that, you know, have a big background with the medical field and health fields. Yes.
So cool.
Coming in from spirit.
Coming in from spirit. Absolutely. You never know who's going to pop in.
That's right.
You never know who's going to pop in.
James Dean, huh?
James Dean, and I had no idea who it was.
It's not the sausage guy either, right?
No, it's not the sausage guy. And it was, you know, you can have a spiritual boardroom wherever you want. And this guy had all the folks I was talking about on this side, and they happen to be pretty much the standard ones who come in for me. He was all the way at the far end, across from Mother Mary, and I'm looking at this guy going, who are you? I had no idea who it was. It was really interesting. He finally said James Dean. I'm like, okay.
Welcome.
Welcome. I can't wait to see what this is all about.
Right.
Well, you know, many say that Jesus was a rebel in his time. So
Absolutely.
Well, actually, he was branded as a radical. But most people don't understand the root word for radical is truth.
Yeah.
You know?
How
So
cool is that? I
you
didn't
call me
realize that.
radical anytime you want.
Yeah.
Because that's what I
Radical
look
Bill.
for.
You are radical. You are radical.
But it's always looking for truth. I mean, whether it's to help somebody with legal issues or with health, you know, just like you know, you just leave yourself open. What presents itself, you can resonate to, and you're able to.
Sorry, look, I have a little, I'm winking because I have a little thing in my eye.
Oh.
Now, the thing is with Sherry, and I know Sherry and I are both NLP practitioners, and we do the EFT, and we do all the same tools. So we resonate when it comes to helping people with stress. So I know that with you, everything I'm talking about helps you with your clients, and again, we use the same tools. And I know with you, we use a lot of the same tools because we go all the way back to the Body Talk days in the early 2000s.
Right.
And so to be able to heal people, and with what you do with your book, do you still have your bookstore?
No.
But that energy with books, and that energy with healing, and Archangel Raphael as a messenger, that is just so. This is such a tuned and tapped in show because we have such amazing people to be able to help others heal.
And we have a lot of people who watch this who are of like mind, and they keep tuning back in because they are interested as to what other people are presenting.
Yeah. There's so many tools out there to help heal. on so many different levels. And there are so many amazing practitioners in the state.
Yes, that's part of what you do as an actionpreneur.
Attractionpreneur. Yes.
Attractionpreneur.
Yes. Help these. My passion is helping socially conscious and spiritual entrepreneurs to be successful in mind, body, and soul. And there's 5 areas in their businesses, which is whether it's the spiritual side, the health side, the relationship side, the education side, and the financial side. Those are the 5 areas that I work with attractionpreneurs. And spiritual folks sometimes need help in the business side. The business folks need help in the spiritual side. So I love being able to sit on that wonderful fence and have a leg in each world to be able to do that.
Sure.
And it keeps things from being boring.
It sure does.
Not that life itself is boring.
It does.
It's like a shamanic approach where you have a foot in both worlds. You know, you're able to integrate from one to the other. And
Exactly.
Well, once you start working with the angels, though, you start walking in 2 worlds. At least
Yes, you do.
that's been my experience.
Absolutely.
And once you do that, you stay doing that.
You do.
Yeah, you can never not do that.
I know.
The angels are very cool.
Yeah.
They've got character.
yes, character and integrity.
Yes, they do.
And lots of personality.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, when you put one of the things to remember with angels is when we want them to help us, it's about asking.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
They won't help you unless you ask.
You have to ask.
We have to ask. We
Ask and you
have
shall
to
receive.
ask.
That's right. Right. They are not going to help you at all. I mean, all right, maybe a life or death situation.
Yes,
I mean,
they intervene.
I have a clue to my mind. If I'm falling off the ladder, the first words out of my mouth is help. It's not a curse. It's help. Because they already understand. If I say help, I want help.
They are very powerful. I'll share a very quick story. My daughter was leaving to go to college, and I sent the angels, and I specifically said, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, please protect my daughter. And I actually saw each of them, one at the front, one at the back, one on each side. And I'm going along my day. I was very nervous about the whole thing. And all of a sudden, I get this flash, and I see Archangel Michael with his hair behind him, just flying behind him with a hand on either side of my daughter's the front of her car, literally steering with his hands her car. I'm like, oh my gosh, what just happened? 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. Mom! She was doing 70 miles an hour on the New Jersey Turnpike. There was a tire in the left side of the road.
Yeah.
And she says, I have no idea how I was able to get to the side of the road.
Yeah.
And it was that flash I actually saw the angels
She has no idea,
steering her car.
but you did.
I knew. Oh, I knew. Oh, she knew. She knew.
No,
Oh, she knew. And I actually...
She knew there was intervention.
Yeah, there was intervention there. And I actually saw Archangel Michael with his big hands and his hair steering her car. And his back was to the front. So he was facing out, and he was steering her car off to the side. So I knew something happened before she even called.
We're almost out of time, Terry, so I wanted to thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Bill and Josie, as well. We still have a few minutes, but I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
Yeah.
It is.
It is fun, isn't it not?
It is. When you get to talk about the stuff you love.
That's
Yes.
right. We always get excited. And we all love angels, and we love to learn as much as we can about everything. Because I think being well balanced helps us to be better people.
That's
Sure.
right.
And continue to evolve and evolve and evolve. You know, it's a never-ending journey, but
That's
it's
right.
a beautiful journey.
It is. It's all about growing and learning and applying that so we can continue to grow.
And it's allowing it to happen.
That's right.
It is allowing it to happen.
Yeah,
Staying open to it and receiving.
yeah.
Open and receive. Yes.
I know. For me, I see it all the time in all the little things, the parking spots, the
Right.
things that are in just the right place at just the right time.
Yep.
The people that are in just the right place at the right time.
Well, nothing's an
love it.
accident or a coincidence.
That's
It's
right.
all meant to be.
That's right. Law of attraction.
Exactly.
I
24/7.
I love it.
Yeah, fabulous. Excellent stuff. And wait.
So
Thank you
that's
very
good.
much.
Thank you so much. We wish you all well, and we will see you the next time on the Psychic Holistic Spotlight.
Well, Terry, that was very good. Thank you for sharing all that information with us and how you tie things together. And